Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Tuesday Dreamstruck. We are so excited to have you all here again and again and again. As we begin to kick off tonight's topic, we have about 49 participants who are on right now, and we know that this information is very valuable. I want to encourage everyone to reach out to your team members, post on your team page if you have a private chat, but get the word out there because this information is as good as far as it goes, and we want to reach beyond just 49 of us. Anyway, go ahead and get the word out, and we're going to go ahead and get started tonight. I don't know if Debbie Pitts-Palmer is going to be on. We are in peak season, and she has a veterans event. It's actually a fundraiser event. So if she does hop on, I do want her to speak about how she runs a fundraiser event. We've heard about fundraisers with packets and, you know, all the things, but we haven't really talked about fundraiser events. Carol may not be on either. She is doing a huge show, and there is a difference between an event and a show. If it gets a little slow, she might pop on, but otherwise you're still in great hands. That's why we have 7 of us here, so we can make sure that you have plenty of talent present to help you guys. So Amber's on. Hey, Amber.
Hey, how are you?
I am doing well. It's so good to see you. And I wanted to kind of kick off here and let us know, how is your month ending with you and your whole entire group? And we're just kind of go around real quick.
Yeah, my month is ending great. I feel like we've had last day of the month for several days now because everybody's just pushing and working and watching numbers and crunching, and every day we jump up in numbers. So I'm really excited. I've got some girls who and guys who are promoting. I've got some directors working on getting their title back. They're just working so hard. My month personally, I'm a little over 5,000 PRV, which I have to say I'm very proud of because I've traveled probably half the month. I went to Idaho for Summit for about a week and then turned right around and did a retreat for some of my leaders last week in Colorado. I'm incredibly tired today, but I'm not stopping. Like, I'm gonna sleep good tonight and hit the ground running again tomorrow. So it's been a great month and I'm so excited for October.
I love that. This is what I love to hear. You know, we have time freedom, location freedom. We can work this from anywhere. And I love that you didn't leave the excuses on the table. Well, I can't work this week because I'm going to Idaho. No, it's not either or, it's and, like Orville says. So thank you. And, we're wishing you and your team the very best and rooting for everyone and their promotions. If someone has promoted already, go ahead and put it in the comments. We would love to shout some of you out. I've got my chat open as well. And I would like to run over in Canada. Emily, how is it going in your neck of the woods as you're getting to the tail end of September? How's it looking?
It is awesome. Every single one of my leaders, well, I should say more specifically my directors, those who were had demoted back down to superstar consultant or were in queue, they've all either re-promoted or kicked the queue. Every single one is paid at title. We have a couple under my other superstar director who is she has a couple director promotions happening. I have one that it looks like she's going to promote here soon. She's like a few hundred away, and we have officially now hit our largest month ever. We're up by 20% over October of 2020 last year, which was our biggest month ever. So it is really exciting. And me personally, I just had my first event this past weekend, the first one I've had in 2 years since COVID started. So I'm like just so excited. And it was the most successful weekend that I've ever had at that show. I've been doing it for 3 or 4 years now. So it was the most successful year that I've ever done. And I think it's because everyone's just like wants to get out and get back to something normal. So I think that probably had a lot to do it, but I'm okay with that because it was awesome.
Yes, I was about to say, girlfriend, whatever the reason, I don't care if it's because the sky is falling. Whatever the reason is, congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. And speaking of congratulations, I'm seeing a lot of promotions and I'm like losing my mind here. I saw that Stephanie Lovegg promoted to director. I hope I'm pronouncing the name properly. So congratulations. I saw Dawn promoted to director. Her Zoom name is Dawn Anytime something, but congratulations to promoting to director, you and your team. I saw Alicia Shabazz is on director watch. Woohoo! She's on right now under Team Hot Mess Express and Team Succulent Scents. Pretty soon she'll have her own team name. So way to go. Alicia Shabazz. I saw that Colby under Teresa Brown has had 2 promotions already this month. Emily Hall hit 2K, 2,000 PRV, y'all, for the first time, I believe she said. Amazing. That's the monthly sales award right there. That's already a minimum of $600. I want to know what you're getting. What are you doing? Are you saving? You know, what are you doing with that money? That's awesome. Donna Bodyfelt, she promoted to freaking superstar consultant. So congratulations to Donnie Bodyfelt. She said she was going to do it. She did it. Brittany Finley, she kicked the queue. Ashley Fadgen is only 100 away from promoting to star consultant. She's got it in the bag. All right. And I'm going to let Emily or Amber, who wants to take over? We want to just do another minute or so of some props because we're so proud of you guys.
Sure, I can do it. Kim Duell kicked the queue. Janine Karch, I hope I said that right, Janine. She's $100 or 100 PRV maybe away from promoting to superstar consultant. Oh, that's so exciting. Who else kicked the queue? Oh, okay. Brittany Finley kicked the queue, but I think you already said that, T.
Martha Oliveros, she promoted to star consultant. Woohoo, way to go.
And 2K in PRV, that's awesome.
That's amazing.
Tiffany Wagner promoted twice this month to lead and then again to star. Talk about trip points. Gosh. And for her and her sponsor. Can you be my front line? Oh man. Nikki Blay says her teamies hit certified. Mel and Lucinda. The comments are coming in so fast. It's exciting, but I don't want to miss anyone.
Well, I see Wandy, she has over 3,000 PRV this month. And Woo! Y'all, the days left in the month, she's talking about trying to get to 4,000. I think she can do it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Danielle Hawk says that Nancy Rudd kicked the queue.
Oh, yay, Nancy. Congratulations on kicking that queue.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you guys, there's just so much that's going on. Even after, the last Dreamstruck that we had where we did the mock Facebook party, there was just so much feedback of many of you all going out there saying, oh, I didn't realize that's all we had to do, So I see some of you are partying and you're doing the dang thing. And we just want to say from all of us here on the Dreamstruck panel, thank you for tuning in every week. Thank you for being good students. Thank you for taking action in your business because this is what happens. They say those that show up, go up. It's not always convenient for any of us to be here on Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. Central. There's a million places that we could be right now, but you choose to be here. You choose to invest in your business. You choose to invest, in your future. And I just think it's amazing. Okay, Kelly, where is Kelly Rashaw? She is doing a leadership bonding event tonight. Kelly, are you there?
Yep, we're here.
Yay. Oh, look at them. Hey, everybody. Hey, Alyssa.
Hi, Teresa.
Hi. So this is so neat. This is a little bit different and I love it. So can you guys kind of tell us what you're doing?
2 times a month, we have an in-person meeting for our leadership team. Usually 1 week of it can be more training type stuff. So we had one 2 weeks ago. I have one in the daytime for the daytime people, and then we have an evening one for the evening time people. So the daytime, we went over sample nights. We made a master list. So let's say you have 8 people. We know if it's bath soaks, how many bath soaks you need to bring, how many envelopes you need, how many stickers you need, what kind of labels you need, how many bags of soap can you make 50 samples with, examples. We did room sprays. We went through all the lists and we figured it out. And then as directors, they were all required to set up their own sample night because I feel like people that make samples do better in the business because they have something to offer. or something to have a conversation about. So if you're going somewhere and you feel like you don't want to talk to somebody, it's very easy for me to be like, here, you know what? I know you, maybe you're having a really bad day. Why don't you take this? And whatever I say after that. And then I always find a way to get their information and get back to me, so I can follow up with them later. Really early on in my business, I used to give away 1 million samples. I used to leave them at places thinking that people were magically going to call me. I used to leave them at the gas station, the library, and doctors. I would just leave samples, and I thought everybody was supposed to call me, and nobody ever called me, and I wasted a lot of money. So now that I've learned my lesson, my job is to inform and teach you guys not to make those mistakes and give your money away to nobody. If you're going to make a sample, you're going to get a return on your sample. You can't give a sample without getting something in return, right? What I remember, like my mom used to make a saying, you can't get nothing for free. And that's the exact same thing. You can't get nothing for free. You cannot get my samples for free. Like, I need your address, I need your Facebook, I need something, because it was not free for me to make these samples. So you got to give me something.
Love it, love it, love it. And so I'm seeing something rather large there on the table. So tonight's topic, we're talking about Christmas in October, you guys. And when I say large, I'm not talking about a person. Something on the table is larger than a cent bar. I see you guys laughing at me. So tonight's topic is Christmas in October, because we are getting ready to wrap up what could possibly be Scentsi's biggest month ever in history, and I guess 17 years. We are all encouraging everyone as leaders, and we're asking every leader on the call, I don't care what your title is, if you're here and you want to sponsor or you have sponsored, you're a leader, you have that title. So we are encouraging everyone tonight to go hard. Okay, I heard Dennis, you said that you hit 2,500. Dennis, I'm challenging you, and I want you to message me on September the 30th personally, and I want you to tell me where you are. And I do not want your PRV to be at 2,500. I will be happy even if it's at 2,505, but we are not stopping. Why are we not stopping? Our mom and dad are over in the ocean, across the ocean, right? Heidi and Oroville. We want to make them so proud. We want to show them how amazing they have been to all of us, right? And that even with them being gone, we're about to just blow this ship out the water. Okay, so this is going to take grit. It's going to take tenacity, and you can't lay down. We got to do this. And in doing it, we're going to make them proud. We're going to make Dan and Chuck and Deb and all of them proud at home office, the shipping department, customer service. But we get to be blessed in the meantime too. When we are looking at all these director promotions and kicking the queue, that's a blessing. It's not just titles, it's a blessing. So many families are being blessed because we're having the best month ever. So we just want to encourage y'all not to stop. Tonight's topic is Christmas in October. What do y'all have on the table there, guys, that is going to lead us into Christmas in October?
We have bricks. I grabbed these bricks. These are not the bricks that went on sale yesterday, but these are some bricks that I have. Okay, you guys can see how big they are. If you're new, just joining us, you can see how many there is. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12. Okay, so yesterday, before the launch, I did a little impromptu meeting in my team page to bring the cost down, because you know what? Some people were really scared about the cost. One of these bricks is $24. 5 bricks came out, and you can get these in a bundle for $90. But that scared the crap out of some people. They're like, I don't got $90, but I really need to make these samples. Scentsy has launched these bricks for us 30 days before they become available to the public. That's huge, because that doesn't usually happen. And for you guys that do not know, every single one of these bricks is hand poured. So there's a lot of love that goes into these bars, but they're hand poured. There's a limited edition, meaning when they're out, they're out. I mean, they can pour more, but I mean, the people in the factory's arms are pretty strong right now from pouring all this. And when I tell you they have to go and put their bucket underneath this big old thing, and it fills it up, and then they have to walk the line and as far down as the last one was, and then they have to fill it and go back, and they get all their steps in every single day, I promise you. So 5 of these are $90, okay? But if there is 6 of us, now 3 of us are missing tonight because they were not feeling well, and I appreciate them staying home and not getting everybody sick. But when you divide the cost by 6 people, okay, 2 bundles was $180, okay? 2 bundles, $180, because that's all we can get, each person can get. So just one of us went in on it, and the cost was $33, okay? So we brought the cost of $33. What did we get? Each of us is going to get 4 of each bar or brick, 4 of each brick of the 5. So that's a lot of huge cubes. If you guys have not seen how big these are huge. But it also included the felt samples, okay? So we also threw in felt samples into our cost, because then if maybe somebody can't make it, maybe somebody's not feeling well, maybe somebody's going to be out of town. I do not mind being the impromptu person to cut these all up and put 4 cubes of each into a baggie and put your felt samples in it and be like, here you go, this is Terrence. Here we go. Or we can all make our samples together, or we could each take a brick. Here's another way. We could all take a brick home and we could make all of this one's sugar cookie. This is not one of the 5, but I could make all the sugar cookie, and then we can meet next week and we can divide up all of the different scents that we made and we leave there, right? So now we have all of our samples made. We got 3 weeks left, because I'll probably be here next week, let's face it. They're done. You can relax a little bit, but then you can make postcards. And I don't remember if you guys remember, I think it was last week that Carol shared that that long one that went in her envelope, in her longer envelopes, and it had each scent on it. And she stapled each sample in her little plastic bag on there, and it fit in a nice envelope, which would only cost us a stamp to mail, because we're making them really thin with felt. Now you guys have a million ways to make samples. I'm just going to talk about felt. I'll let one of these guys or one of you guys talk about the different ways that you can make all the samples cost effectively, free. You don't need any mold, you don't need any of that stuff. But I think if we can get our hands on a mailer, kind of like what Carol did, maybe she already has a template, and we just change the names up to the names of the bricks, and we all get going on that, because we can do that right now while we're waiting for our bricks. We can order our bags while we're waiting for our bricks. We can order extra felt while we're waiting for our bricks. We can do all these things where we don't have to just sit here and wait for anything. Like, we need to take action now, so that when the time comes, we're going to be able to breathe a little bit. Because I don't know about you guys, but I have not came out for a breath of air like ever since the thing. I just been talking.
So you know what I love? What are you drinking in that cup?
Sugar-free water stuff from Walmart.
All right. Making sure you ain't got nothing else up in there. But okay, so
I do have the bottle from you, by the way, in my fridge.
Okay, so side note, we tried the when I was in Idaho, Fred and Kelly was at some store looking for red sweet wine, and she was like, T, they got Snoop Dogg wine. I was like, Snoop Dogg has wine? So anyway, I came home, my father-in-law was here, my mother-in-law, and my father-in-law was like, do y'all have Snoop Dogg wine here? I was like, how does everyone know about Snoop Dogg wine? So anyway, we have Snoop Dogg wine here. Thanks to Kelly. Complete side note. So I thought you were drinking Snoop Dogg's wine just now. Basically, what who else in the comments, who else did not know besides me that Snoop Dogg had his own wine? I knew Diddy had his liquor, but I did not know that Snoop Dogg had his own wine. I'm just out of touch. Someone else said, Nikki Blaze said, I had no idea. See, all these people didn't know. Terry didn't know. Hannah didn't know. Did not know. And it's not expensive.
Okay, so everybody, next week, I need a personal message from you, not Teresa. If you tried Snoop Dogg's wine by the 30th.
Right. And we're going to need wine by the end of this month, because we are all committing to having our best month ever. So I want everyone blow up the chat right now and put, I am going to have my best month ever. We're going to end this month, our best month ever. And we're going to have our best year ever as a company as well. So, all right. So bricks, basically what Kelly was just sharing with us is we should either have the bricks. I purchased a set, I purchased 2 sets. And if you can't afford the discounted price for each of the bricks, then reach out. Donna Bodyfelt said, you know what? I'm going to reach out to my team. Maybe we can have a sample night and we can go in, or someone else can go in on bricks. Someone should grab that PRV. But more importantly, Scentsy has never done that ever. They've never given us bricks in advance. Usually we find out like the day of or the day before, and then boom, our customers have to kind of guess what the scent is and if they're going to invest $24 in that brick. Now we get to make samples. The smelling does the selling. So thank you for sharing that. And Amber, or actually Dorothy's there. Dorothy, how are you feeling? I know you were under the weather last week. Are you feeling better?
Yes, so much better. Thank you. Thank you. And like Amber had mentioned in the beginning of being running around like for the month of September, that's kind of how I felt in a way, because I've been sick 2 weeks out of the month, out of September. We were gone to Summit 1 week out of September, but I still managed to hit my own PRV goal. So this month has been amazing for myself and my group. And I just wanted to share a little bit about events, because I know, we talked about, doing things and how we can get out there right now. And so in our area, events are going crazy. I'm getting so many events, like people that know that I've done events or I've done events for them in the past. They are reaching out to me, and I can't even feel all these events that are going on. So if you've never done an event, I highly suggest it, just to get out there. You don't even need a lot of inventory to do an event. But basically, because everyone's wants our wax mostly, that's one thing that I, wax and bulbs, I stock up on. But for finding events, I do want to say, reach out to churches and different daycares. They're doing like a lot of harvest things right now and events, and schools are doing events like as like a fundraiser type. I've gotten invites from some high schools that are doing that as a fundraiser, and events are really, really big right now. And that's a great way to increase your PRV and expand your network.
I love that. That's a question that we get all the time is, we're like, this is the season for events. Think about the events that you've gone to, that you've shopped at. Sometimes there's a Christmas in November event. Many churches have harvest events. When you're driving, if you work full time outside of Scentsy, when you're going to work, sometimes we don't pay attention to those signs, in the grass or whatever. And they might say, next month we're having our annual, festival or whatever the case may be. If you're close to a military base, they have events. And even if you're not active duty military or retired military, you can, in many cases, you can still get on. You can get a pass and be a vendor, at the event. Of course, you want to make sure that there's space available. Do not get discouraged if you call and they're like, we already have a Scentsy consultant that's been here. It's okay. You got to start somewhere. So thank you for sharing that. Churches, daycares, schools, sometimes school events will have like little, I don't know, festivals and carnival rides and stuff like that. Look on Facebook. We have our own Facebook events for Scentsy parties, but sometimes we can see, if you click on events, it'll tell you what your local events, like your farmers market, and you can click if you're interested or what have you. Look in that area, as well. I kind of feel like the lazy approach is going to a Facebook group that says events. Everyone's trying to have like the event drop in their lap in that group, and it's really hard. So try not to go that route. If you have to, do it, but it just doesn't always pan out, because usually there's like already 40 consultants already in there. So, okay. So doing events. The reason why we're talking about events is because we're talking about Christmas in November. Amber, do you do events?
I do events.
Okay. I was just curious. We're going to circle right on back. I'm glad that you're here, Debbie, because I want you to talk about the event you're about to do tomorrow. But Amber, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay. Do you do events, girlfriend?
I don't do events.
Okay. That's what I was just wondering. I was like, I hear you talk about the basket parties and rocking all kinds of other areas, but I was just curious, and that's all right.
I'm a party girl. I've done events in the past, and I think it's okay to admit when something doesn't feel authentic to you. And for me, events don't feel authentic to me. In fact, Carol is here in my hometown doing the fair right now. So I took my kids to the fair last night, and I went and saw her and hung out with her a little bit. And it just doesn't jive with me. And like I said, I think that's okay. I'm a party girl.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's what I love, that there's like literally you can cherry pick. How do you want to succeed in this business? Some people just do basket parties. So that's awesome. Now, Debbie has a big event. It was last week, and it's also going to be tomorrow. Debbie, one of the questions that we get asked all the time is, what in the world? I just booked an event. I did what y'all asked me to do. What in the world do I bring?
Okay, this particular event that I'm working is a fundraising event, and I've worked it almost 12 years. Here's the story. Here's the backstory about this event. This is actually a fundraiser for the veterans. So when I was first asked to do this event, they told me what I needed to have. They said, you need to have items to fill 6 tables. I was a brand new consultant. So you know what happens when somebody tell you something like that if you don't have anything. All I had really was my kit, and I had a few items from my shooting star. So what I did, I got a new team member to join me, and I kid you not, but I had my kit. I had these big giant testers. That's what we had back then when I joined. So I took that kit, and I had about 3 warmers, and I took those, I did a spread is what I did. And I took some baskets that I had and put the testers in the baskets, and I took them and just put them on the different tables and make it seem like I had enough stuff to take up 6 tables. So granted, I didn't know what this guy was going to say to me when he saw that, because it was skimpy. I think I even have pictures of it. It was skimpy. But in my mind, all I wanted was a foot in the door. I knew if I get in there, I was going to make that work. So I used what I had pretty much, and I didn't have any money to invest in anything. I think I had a handful of bars. So the rule was no taking orders, no booking parties, none of that. Okay. So I had to have that in mind, but I kind of in a roundabout way took orders. I mean, I didn't let it be known that I was really doing that, but I kind of sort of did that. So as time passed, I started to grow. I started to build. People start placing orders, even outside of this event. People were, as I'm passing samples out, because I did have samples to pass out. I did have my business card. So as I passed that out, people started connecting with me after the event. So sometimes things don't happen like right then, but people call on you later. And I was also collecting information from people as they come in there. So this thing has grown from there, almost 12 years. I'm gonna tell you what happened last week, because the pandemic kept us out last year, and I wasn't there the year before. So it's been 2 years since I've done this event. So I get a phone call because this particular fundraising event, they allow various owners to come in there to help them with their fundraising efforts. So the manager called me. He said, I would love for you to come back. You're the first person to come back after COVID, because your sales are stronger than anybody's sales that come in here, which means we donate more money. So we donate more money than anybody that's come through there. And there are various companies that sell. These are actually companies that I'm competing with. I didn't realize I was competing until he said that, but I felt some kind of way like, oh my gosh, we're getting more money. So we were the first to come back. So they welcome us back. They were so excited to see us back. We sold almost $1,000 a day in products. So much that they want us to come back a second week. This is the first time this has ever happened. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm running out of stuff. So this is what happens with these events, because when you're known, and you know what, guys, a few times I was sitting down. People would come in there and just buy stuff without me saying a word. The product sell itself. People would smell the blueberry cheesecake in the hall, and they would say what, and they were smelling it through the mask because they were wearing masks. They smell it through the mask. They would come in the room and say, okay, I want this. Most of those people never heard of Scentsy. A lot of them haven't. And then some of them were my previous customers. But it was mind blowing to see how a product sell itself. It's like, I can't believe it. I was so busy. I barely had time to do anything. So this is what happens when you start setting up for these events. So remember, you can actually work an event with your kit. That's how I started with this one, and has grown to this.
That is awesome. So Debbie, how did you find out about this event? Because surely they didn't call you at home and say, hey, Debbie, we heard about you and your lovely braids. Would you like to come? How did you find out about this?
When I started Scentsy, I got the phone and I called around. I asked for referrals. When I tell you I got the word out, that old list of 100 that they tell you to make, that's what I did. I went down my list asking people, who can I contact for this? Or who can I contact for a fundraiser? Or who can I contact for events? And that's how it happened. Through my connections is how I got that. And I've had it since then. And I've done several fundraising events that same way. I got several of them. This is just one of them.
Okay, so that just brought me to another thing I wanted to say is that everyone should have like a local chamber of commerce. You can either walk in or call them or something. And they can also tell you about year-round events as well. So there's that. There's also your local SBA that can help you as well, which is your Small Business Administration. So sometimes things don't just fall in our lap. Most of the time we have to be observant and intentional and make some phone calls and network.
Festival.net. That's another site that I went to, and this is, you can pull this up in any state, because you can just go to festival.net and it'll pull up all the events in your neighborhood or your area. That's
how do you spell that?
I think it's festival.net.
Oh, vegetable like broccoli?
Like festival.net.
Oh, festival.
Right. I'm sorry. My dialogue here.
No, you're fine.
Southern draw. Okay. Yeah.
That's actually my bad. So
yeah, but another site, they even have a paid subscription. You can have a paid subscription, but I never did the paid part. I just did the free part. So I don't do that anymore. I think it's still available. I don't have to, because my events are the events that keep coming back. Just like Dorothy said, I'm on events overload right now. I'm having to pass them around to my team members because they're coming like crazy.
It's awesome. Thank you. Thank you. And I love the fact that you can actually do an event. So you can call your local nursing homes, veterans offices and stuff like that. And you can set up there and you can donate your commission. Again, you can move your product, you can build PRV, you can earn incentive trip points while you're blessing your community. Emily just came off of a really amazing event that she was talking about in the beginning. Emily, let's say, who has never done an event? Can you put that in the comment? And again, there's no judgment because whether you do or you don't, you can still be a rock star. But I'm just curious, how many have not done an event yet? And Emily, I would like for you to speak to them. They've never done an event. They're interested in contacting these churches. What are the top 10 items that you would encourage them to bring minimally?
Okay, so I actually did a video for my team on Saturday after I had gotten all set up. I tried to go live, but my service wasn't good, so I had to pre-record the video, but I actually explained just that. In my area where I am, and sometimes you won't know right away when you get into an event, sort of what sells and what doesn't. But the staples, the must-haves at every single event are bulbs, because even if you, a customer comes up to you, they might already have a consultant. Maybe their consultant lives out of town and they choose to support them. What they don't want to pay for is $8 or $9 in Canada shipping on a light bulb that costs $3 or $2 in the States. So oftentimes I'll find they'll say, well, I have a consultant, but she doesn't live here and I really just need a light bulb. Sure, cool, no problem, I'll hook you up. So I might throw in a sample or something, and they'll often say, if I ever need something in the future and I can't reach so-and-so, can I call you? And I say, of course. So usually it starts with a light bulb, but at bare minimum, you always want to have light bulbs. In fact, I recommend keeping them in your car. I can't tell you how many times I've driven around town. I don't have anything on the back of my truck now because it's a lease, but when I lived in the States, and I always had the vinyl, the decal on the back of my car with the independent consultant logo, my name, my phone number, my website. And I can't tell you how many people called me in traffic when I was out, or they'd say, hey, I saw you out driving around, I was just wondering, do you have light bulbs? And we'd be meeting in a Walmart parking lot or a Target parking lot so that they could buy bulbs from me. That happens. It actually does. It happened to me on several occasions. So it helps to have those things. If you've got one of those car kits, you can put your catalogs and things like that. But anyways, back to events, light bulbs, if nothing else, light bulbs. So besides light bulbs, bars, obviously, as Debbie said, bars sell. Or it was Teresa that said, if they can smell it, you can sell it. So having a wide variety of different types of fragrances. anything that is like on the go, so like scent circles, scent packs, room sprays, those always sell well for me. I will tell you, at this last event I did, licensed buddies, I'm telling you, they sell. It's funny because where I was at, this harvest festival, I've done them in previous years, and I remember when our licensing first came out with Scentsy back in 2018, I had gotten the very first buddies that came out. The first ones they rolled out was for Christopher Robin. When that movie came out, they rolled out the Winnie the Pooh and Tigger, if you guys remember, those of you who were around then. And I bought like 5 of each because I knew I was going to have this festival, and I thought, oh, it's Disney, everyone's going to be excited, everyone's going to want one. I roll up to this festival, and you know, the fairs I do are not big. Like, I don't do the big expo shows. Debbie and Carol would be the ones to talk to you about that. That is not me. I do mostly one day small local fairs. I will travel, but I just do like small ones. Otherwise, I find them very labor intensive. They're too much for me in that sense, and it doesn't feel authentic, as Amber said. So I kind of stick to some of the smaller ones. But at this particular event, I brought these buddies thinking that they were just going to fly as soon as I brought them. And I'll tell you, I went home with every single one, and I was shocked. I couldn't believe it, but it was a little bit hard to swallow. Some people were like $60 for a stuffed animal, because that's what it is here in Canada, and that's without shipping. So they were like $60 for a stuffed animal. No. So at first I was a little discouraged. I thought, man, I really thought these would sell. Well, fast forward to now, this last weekend, I had Jack and Sally, Sven, I had Olaf the second day, and he sold. I'll tell you, the first day I took 5 licensed buddies, all different ones, just one of each. And all of them sold except for one, and it was Mickey, believe it or not. But I sold just about every single one. The kids see them and they're like, Mom, look, it's Jack. Or they say, oh, it's Simba, or they Pooh, or whatever. And they drag their parents over, and parents have a hard time because they want to enjoy the show. They want to indulge their kids, have a good time. They're there to sort of have a good time. And so, you know, sometimes it's about making those memories. So the kids see the licensed buddies and they immediately are attracted to them. And that usually is what gets them over to the table. So if you can, you know, if you have a licensed buddy, even if it's not for sale, if you want to bring your own kid's licensed buddy and just kind of have it up for display, just to show some of the products we do offer. That way, if somebody were to walk up and ask about it, you could talk about the Disney partnership, and then, you know, take an order, assuming that they allow you to. I've never had an issue. I can take orders at the shows that I do, but you know,
That's
it's
awesome.
something. Yeah. So those, and then I don't sell a lot of full size warmers, but I do sell a lot of mini warmers. So I kind of focus on that a little bit. But those are sort of the big staples for me, and that's why I sold a lot of at my last show.
Okay, so for those taking notes, we have light bulbs. That's a consumable product that you'll want to have. You'll be a hero to someone whose light bulb just went out. Bars are consumable products. Those are going to move off of your table faster than any warmer, and they're less expensive than the warmer too. Always sell by the 6-pack. If someone says, how much are your bars? Don't say $6. We say buy 5, get 1 free for 30. Buddies, even licensed buddies, those move very quickly. You said mini warmers. Give us a couple more things that went very fast, like hot rocks at your event.
Trying to think. I sold a few pods, because now, whereas in the beginning we didn't have a lot of fragrances that came out in the pods, because if you remember, the very first item we brought out was, I think, the Scentsy Go. Yeah. So not a lot of people had the Scentsy Go, and so it was sort of an obscure product. But now we have several items that use the Scentsy Go, or that use the Scentsy pods, right?
Okay.
So now that we
and
have
someone
those,
was saying in the comments, mini fans as well to go with those pods.
right. Yeah. So
Okay.
I sold a whiff box, and the whiff box had the mini fan diffuser in it, and so I sold them an extra thing of pods. So there's always an upsell opportunity there. When I did the when I did the mini warmer, I didn't say that we have a system in the catalog. I just said, just so you know, I have a special. When you buy a warmer and 3 bars, you get a 10% discount. And so that is a system that is in our current catalog, but I just promoted it as a show special. So they thought that the product was perhaps, I mean, I didn't say that it wasn't, but I didn't say that it was. So I'll let them draw their own conclusion. But, I offered a savings opportunity. Hey, I don't know if you need wax, but when you bundle this with 3 bars, you do get a 10% discount. And a lot of them jumped on that as well. So definitely utilize our bundle and save options to upsell at your events.
Yeah, and we have to keep in mind, pods were sold out last year. If you weren't with us last year, like so many things in our catalogs, Scentsy couldn't keep up. And the reason why pods were selling out is because the production could not meet the demand. Now it can, because we've hired more workers. So pods are on the rise, like it's up there. Customers are asking for bars and they're asking for pod replacements, amazing consumable products. I want to move on to Amber. We haven't heard much from her tonight, and she always has amazing things to offer here. Again, we're talking about Christmas in October, Amber, and then we're going to circle back to Kelly, because she has, her crew has some income IPAs. Write this down if you do not know what an IPA is. If you know what an IPA is and you're not one of the panelists, put it in the comment. What is an IPA? That's the trivia question for the evening. What is an IPA? Kelly's ladies, they're going to talk to us about some IPAs for next month. Amber, okay, someone said income producing activities. There's so much that we can do, you guys. I can sit up here and stack scent testers, but that's not income producing. I can sit up here and talk about a customer that got on my nerves. That's not income producing. Next month and the rest of this month, we want to focus on IPA. So I'm excited to hear from the round table there in Minnesota. Amber, as we close up this month, I can tell you what's going to happen if we're not intentional. We're going to have the best month ever for many of us. And what's going to happen is when we move into October the 1st, there's going to be some saying, well, I'm not having the best month ever because you're not reaching out and you're not expanding your audience. Everyone that has bought from you this month, some are going to buy next month, but not all of them, because they just spent $2,500 with Dennis. So the point that I'm making is we need to party, we need to do baskets, but there's so much that we need to do. But can you give some advice on what you're telling your team and what you're doing yourself as a leader to prepare yourself for the Christmas collection in October and so much more, because there's more than just this collection?
Yeah, I love it. This is actually what I've been working really, really hard today on. So I'll show you guys. I just printed out the holiday flyer from the workstation and went through and marked which products are launching Friday, which ones are delayed. I made sure that me and my team had all of our ducks in a row about which ones are launching and which ones are delayed. And so we are advertising all of the products, of course, but we are treating them as 2 separate launches. So we have our October 1 launch, and then we have our mid-October is all we know right now, right? Launch. And so we're getting ready. We're front loading our months like crazy with this amazing holiday collection, sharing it with all of the people. There's been a lot of talk tonight about different Facebook pages and different opportunities for networking. So I would encourage you guys, if you're on any kinds of neighborhood group page, be it a Facebook page or next door neighbor app or whatever, I advertise every single time we have something new coming out. I have a neighborhood group page, and then I also have the next door app, and I'm sure there's other things out there as well. I didn't get a lot of return on it at the beginning, but I really, really am now. And I'm seeing a huge spike as we're getting closer to the Christmas stuff, because people who know Scentsy know that October 1 is when our Christmas stuff launches. So I'm getting a lot more orders from my neighbors. So I definitely encourage you, get your ducks in a row for the holiday collection, advertise to all of the places. You have to still be partying. I have 4 parties going on this week, booking for next week. I do Facebook parties, my mat and bag basket. If they're local, they get a basket of testers, but it's about 90% Facebook right now, just because that's where everybody's minds kind of went, starting with the pandemic and we were all home. So I do 4 at a time. It's kind of all that I can handle. And I stay booked up 4 parties per week. So that's the second thing, is I encourage you to do that. So now that we're entering the holiday season, two other things that I do to kind of step up my business. One is my very most favorite. Every single year I do a buddy drive, and I know that we could probably do a Dreamstruck completely over buddy drives, but I would encourage you to not overthink it. The first and most important thing is to figure out who you want to partner with. So we have a nonprofit here in my community that I've partnered with for 3 years now. And basically what I do is we work to get people to purchase buddies to donate to this nonprofit, and they in turn hand them out to kids who are going through some kind of crisis and need a little extra loving. They also have a Santa Secret shop where they let the parents of lower income families come and shop for free for their kiddos for Christmas. So it's really fun to go in. I also volunteer at the Santa shop and see the shelves lined with buddies. Excuse me, but my customers purchase buddies. They also send out in their PR materials, like their emails and Facebook and stuff like that, to have other people purchase buddies. And the biggest thing is that I'm looking for no kickback off of this. Of course, I'm going to get incentive points. There's nothing I can do about that, right? But I'm not profiting. I'm not taking the host rewards. Every single penny that I make on this buddy drive, be it through commissions or through host rewards, I meticulously keep up with all of that, and I pour it right back into more buddies so that I'm able to get as many buddies as I can to donate to the cause. So again, don't overthink it. Find someone to partner with and just go for it. Just go for it. It is the most rewarding thing I do all year long. And I absolutely love it. A lot of my teamies that do it as well. And then the third thing that I do to step it up over the holiday season is gift sets. So for the past month or so, I've been using my extra host rewards to stock up on car bars. I have this cute little thing. I believe it was Rachel Pence's idea. It's like for your mistletoes and mistletoes. And so it's a little gift set with a car bar and a pair of Christmas socks. Super simple, so cute, so fun. My customers will buy this by the droves for all of the teachers, coaches, neighbors, whatever, for Christmas gifts. I know you guys have seen the coffee mug with the room spray and scent circle, hot cocoa packet, and candy cane. I have sold those for probably 5 years, and my customers still go nuts over those. It's really easy to put, like someone said, a mini fan and pods together, make a simple little gift set for 25 bucks. All of those gift sets, but you have to start planning it now. At least know what you want to do. Use a couple of extra host rewards to make a couple of mock sets that you can post, and that drives my PRV and my teamie's PRV through the roof over the holidays, because everyone's looking for simple grab and go Christmas gifts.
That is awesome. Thank you for sharing those tips. I know there's a lot of chatter about the buddy drive, and I do think that in the future this year, we need to have a Dreamstruck just on buddy drives. It is very simplistic, but before you dive in, you do need to have permission. We can have a heart for any organization, but we need to make sure that we're in compliance. I saw some people saying, I'm going to do it for this one or that one or whatever, and that's fine. Just make sure that you pick up the phone, call them, they say yes, shoot them an email in writing saying, thank you for agreeing, to allowing me to do this. The SSDs that are on, I think all of us were in Idaho last week. I would encourage all of us to reshare the pictures that we took of the holiday collection display. So that way we can share real images during our parties and also in our stories. These real images go very far. The catalog in the brochure, whoever does it, they do a fine job, but they can't do real, right? So, but we can. So make sure you do that. If you guys have any of the Biddy Buddies, this is from my own collection. My little niece loves these, but share what you can. If you happen to have anything at all, share a picture of yourself with it. It just goes a long way than just a still shot. Okay, let's go ahead and move over and let Kelly and the round table bring us home on Dreamstruck tonight. They want to talk to us about some income producing activities, and also for those who have exasperated their customers, not all of them, because we all bought Harvest. We didn't buy Christmas yet, so some of them will come back next month in the form of party hosts and customers. But what are some income producing activities, Kelly, and the ladies that are there at the table that you can give us and we can take some notes on?
All right, I'm going to let you guys go first because I could talk forever. So introduce yourself and then go ahead.
My name's Taryn, and one of the income producing things that I did earlier this month was got together with my new director downline here. She's making faces at me. And we made cleaning bundle packs. We did counter clean, concentrated clean, and dish soap. And we did a cute little saying with it. We put it in a mesh bag. I put my magnet in with it. And when I pass those out, I pass at least 3-4 of them out a day. When I pass them out, I make sure to get someone's information back from it so I can follow up with them to see how they like it. I like to push the odd things, not the wax and warmer. We're known for the wax and warmer. So I like to push the other things into people's hands.
Love that. Love it.
Hi guys, Alyssa DeSerre, Director of No Limit Hearts. So a couple of things, if you're looking for a free option, is you can
Mine's in a mesh bag.
edit your newsletter. I like to include my Yumi Who link along with when my next events are coming up for 3 months at a time, so that people know where they can come and find me if I'm at a local vendor event or craft show. I also like to use the Google Forms and Jot Forms to collect information. So like now that we have the bricks and samples coming out, I will put a Google Form link in all of the groups that I've created where I've had host events, but they didn't flip. So those customers are still around. So I go back into all those groups and drop a link in case somebody wants a sample of the holiday bricks and ask them to fill out the Google form. So that I can send that out. One thing is not an income producing activity is to rearrange and organize your office for the 30th time in the same month. So just go with the chaos. It's Scentsy season. It's going to be busy, but in January, then you can rearrange and get ready for spring.
If you could see my office right now, I can't walk through my office. I have to.
So true story. I just rearranged my office. That's why I'm in my daughter's bedroom right now. I was like, why am I doing this right before a dream struck? I was going to do my hair and everything, but I could not walk in my office. And I was like, I can't do this another day. So not only did I clean up, but I moved everything. But anyway, that was not income producing. But anyway, those are really good tips. I love that. I love that. And again, I really want to touch on the fact that we need new customers in October. How do we get new customers, Kelly?
You get your name out there.
How?
By talking to everybody about it.
How?
By bringing it up. It's
Where?
everywhere. In line, at the grocery store, you ask somebody how their day is going, a random stranger in line. What do you do for a living?
Packets made up.
Yep.
Talked about this somewhere today. I talk so much every day, I don't know where the hell I talked about it at. But I
I
have
was
these
just
packets.
talking to it with us.
Was it you guys?
Yes.
So I have packets made up ahead of time and there's none in here, but inside of the package, this is not it, but inside of this packet is a product flyer sheet, a Post-it that says monthly drawing with my phone number on it, a room spray, a sample, a washer with sample, and I'm going to the drive-thru because Lord knows I need some Dunkin' Donuts in the morning. And this girl is really having a bad day because the guy in front of me just really messed her day up. And I'm going to say, Amber, you're having a really bad day. I want to give you this gift. And on this thing, it says a gift for you. And it says it's a little cute poem that somewhere I got this. I don't know what it is, but it's about 8 sentences long. It says a gift for you. And it looks like a gift. And when I pass out my samples, I'm going to tell you guys this. I never like to pass out samples because I feel like I'm a salesperson. And so if I had I don't know, what do we got over here?
This one?
Yeah, here's my sample. I'm going to say, here, Amber, here's a Scentsy sample. Hope you have a great day. And inside, I'm like, it just doesn't feel right to me because I feel salesy. But instead, I say, here, Amber, I hope you have a really, really good day. These are some awesome items. I want you to go treat yourself when you get home. There's a bath soak in there for when you get off of work. And I'm actually having a contest at the end of the month for a free drawing for, I don't know, whatever I come up with. But on that little Post-it, it says, take a picture of this, and there's a spot for your phone number. Take a picture of this with your contact information and text me back. My phone number is on the Post-it. And you can print on Post-its. If you do not know how to do that, message me, and I have a whole video on printing on Post-its to save your butt time. Then you don't have to handwrite everything out, like 10 Post-its at a time. It'll print 10 Post-its for you with the click of a button with your information. You just change it out. And I don't know, me, I feel better giving a gift than I do giving a sample. And you guys go so many places every single day that you don't realize it. Like in a single day, I can go to get some coffee, to go to JCPenney's and pick up my necklace because it had to be repaired. I had to run to the nail shop and they told me it's a 20-minute wait. But you know what? There's people in the nail shop that I can talk to. Then I got to go get gas. Then I got to go to school. Then I got to go to the football game. Then I got to go to the grocery store. Then I've got to argue with the guy at Aldi because he doesn't want to give me my damn quarter out of the cart. You know what? So he needs a gift, and I'm going to give him the gift. And then you got to go to Trader Joe's and find Snoop Dogg's wine, and the lady there is going to help you. And you just really want to make her day. Here you go, Teresa. I hope you have fun with your Snoop Dogg wine. There's people waiting for you guys. There's people everywhere. Me too. And next, like GPP must be closed.
Right?
You guys hear that? Maybe it's Teresa. It sounded like a UFO was landing.
The best part is giving it to a guy. And that's fine, but sounds good. Giving it to a guy and making them feel special, even though it looks like something for a girl, making them feel like you thought of them too.
And these ones, this is a sample pack, but this is really good for guys. It's a clean and go kit that we made. It's got room spray, a scent circle, and a counter clean wipe in there. So I give these I throw these in orders or whatever, but I really like them for guys. Not like girls don't want to clean their car too, but guys really like these, and it's also a nice gift. So I just got to make stickers for the gift thing on the back.
Kelly, can you show us what's inside that bag?
Yeah, Teresa, how do you meet new people?
Okay, let me tell y'all. Last week when we got together, I had 2 parties. I had a $200, $225 party that I closed, and I met new people. And they're in my VIP group now. And I sent them like those little packs that Kelly showed. I want to give out samples too, but I also want to have a future connection with them. If you just give out 50 samples to randoms, then you're just a very sweet person, but that's not an IPA. So I met a whole lot of new people. I have another party that extended to tonight, and so many of them are already in my VIP group. I sent them sample packs. One lady, bless her heart, she was like, this sample pack, party pack made me feel so good. She actually found her boyfriend, I think, passed away because of COVID, and she said it was very, very traumatic. And that sample pack that I put together, it did more. Whether she buys from me or not, she did, but I could care less at that point. I touched someone through that pack. I'm almost at $1,000 with this party. One person has already joined, outright. And I'm like, that's how I meet new people. And also I buy Snoop Dogg wine and I meet new people. And I'm just kidding. But I want y'all to party next month. All right. Listen to what we're saying. We're talking about samples. We're talking about the smelling does the selling. You can't get something for nothing. We want to focus the month of October. The way that you're going to have your best October ever and match what you did this month is by doing parties. I did 2 virtual parties and I don't know where they're going to end, but like I said, $1,200, new customers, new team members, because otherwise I've already kind of exhausted my VIPs for, so parties. We want y'all to party. So we're going to be really focusing on that during the month of October, because when you kick off a month like this, I think Amber said she was at 5,000 or over 5,000. Amber's going to need to get her employees out. So again, if you're new, this is an employee with scent testers. That's all you need. You don't even need all of them. A couple of catalogs, maybe a brochure. That's it. Get your employees out. But when we come back next week, I really want to know how many parties you all have booked. I don't care if it's a basket party. I don't care if it's an online party, if it's a 30-minute party, Zoom party. We want to not be afraid to party. I want us to get out of the realm of just sharing about LTOs and limited time offers and licensed products. We are a party company, and we were designed to be a party company so that way we can repetitively always constantly meet new people. So I love what we brought together. We gave you so many ideas tonight. You, at this point, can leave your notes on paper, or you can take action. and you can look for events. Amber brought up a very good point. She's like, there's certain things that's just not my cup of tea. Everything that we share with you is not your cup of tea, but you have a cup of tea. So find one that works for you, that you feel comfortable with, and take it all the way to the top, you guys. All right. So, wow. Okay. We're wrapping up right at 8 o'clock on the dot. Dorothy, Debbie, do you have any final tips to share with our friends?
Well, okay, I forgot to mention this. At my event last week, I sold a lot of warmers. That's different. And let me tell you what I did. Several people were coming in saying, okay, I got warmers at home. When they go straight to the bars, I always ask them, do you have a warmer? Yeah. Where'd you get the warmer from? The store. That is not Scentsy. Let me show you Scentsy. Let me tell you about Scentsy, this, that, and the other. So as I describe the warmers and do demonstrations, they buy Scentsy. So it's all about you having those extensive conversations with them to get them to change from what they have to Scentsy. And something else I did, we have a lot of $50 warmers. So a lot of times people are just kind of stunned by the price. So what I started doing is giving a bar away. I say, okay, you buy that warmer, I'm going to give you a free bar, because I want to really introduce them to Scentsy. I sold all my $50 warmers that way.
Wow.
And I had a lot of, I had a deal for bars, like bars that melted in my car. If you got old bars that you just can't move, get you a clearance section, a bucket or something, and just move those bars. They're going to go straight through those bars and you'll sell them just like that.
That's amazing. I love that tip that you just gave. But I have to be honest with you, Debbie, we thought you were going to say last week you were at the event drinking your Snoop Dogg wine, but you didn't say that. You said that you were working and that you were selling all your warmers and doing the right thing. So, all right. Thank y'all so much. Dorothy, did you have anything to add?
I just wanted to say good luck to everyone ending September strong. Don't forget to sell out the clearance section. There's still lots of amazing products there.
Yeah.
So, September's not over until end of the day on September 30th. Good luck, everyone.
Yes, definitely. Good luck, everyone. Remember, there's so much out there. There's Black Panther, there's NFL, we're stacked tight until it sells out. Continue to promote it. Again, doing these parties and doing these events, that's how you're going to continue to move some of these products that are sitting in the warehouse at home office, ready to get into our customers' homes. You guys have an amazing night. We gave a challenge to Dennis by the end of the month to increase his PRV. We throw that challenge out to everyone. Wherever you are today, don't stop. Use that grit, use that grind. And let's, I think we have a little bit of a gap for this to be Scentsy's best month ever, I think, or whatever. I don't know. We have a little bit of a gap, and we just want everyone to continue working until the end of the month, so that way we can reach a mega goal. Y'all have a great evening. Next month is going to be amazing. We will have a calendar out for Dreamstruck topics. I can tell you that we're going to have Chuck Thompson. He's our Chief Culture Officer. He's going to be sitting down with us. We call him Uncle Chuck, Orville's brother. And we are also going to be blessed with Jason Harwood. So we've got some great topics. We are going to be talking about all kinds of things, things that'll help you grow in your business. All right. Y'all have a great night. And until we meet next week, let's do the darn thing. Bye, everyone. Good night.
Bye. Good night.
Good night.